Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchan from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. All right, so let's continue. Mm, I remind you that I'm reading the book You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor, who is a teacher of the law of attraction and beyond. He was featured in the book The Secret, which I've read previously on Facebook. And that book gave the world the knowledge of the law of attraction in a very simple way. And You Were Born Rich is Bob Proctor's book, who he himself is the author. And he has explained it all in a much simpler way to bring this knowledge to the world that can actually transform your life. It transformed my life, and I know it can transform anybody's life because I have so much of feedback today from clients who have taken my coaching that how the levels of thinking has changed so drastically to see things differently. So I am on chapter 3 called The Image Maker, and we are on a subtopic now called Going to the Movies. Consider this. Jack Nicklaus, the world famous golfer, explains he will not even pick up a club until he has a very clear image on the screen of his mind showing exactly how the ball will fly through the air, how it will hit the ground, and where it will roll after it hits. Nicklaus calls this going to the movies, and he has become so proficient at it that he has become known throughout the world. Fame and fortune are for his asking, for the asking. So here we have to become very, very aware that there are no differences between people except for the fact of what image are they holding here on the screen of their mind. This person had to see himself getting it right here in his imagination before he even held the club in his hand. Because if you cannot see it here, you won't see it in your reality. That's how powerful we all are as human beings. Are we using our power? Are we making the most of our existence as a human being on earth? Because all we have is time. God knows until when. Nobody knows that. But are we living the way we want to live while we are here? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. In a previous paragraph, I made reference to the statement by Wallace D. Wattles. There is a thought stuff that permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the cosmos. In truth, there is a thought stuff everywhere around you and within you. So become aware of this truth and tap into it now. Use it to form an image on the screen of your mind. See yourself already in possession of the amount of money you want to provide the things you need to live in the lifestyle you choose to live. So, mm, Wallace D. Wattles is the book uh, called, he wrote the book called The Science of Getting Rich. That's the book Rhonda Byrne read before she wrote the book The Secret. And in that book, it says that there is a thought stuff or an energy that is everywhere. I would say omnipresent. Okay, it feels there's no vacuum in the universe, and there is a thought that is aware. That stuff is aware to you at all times till you're here. All you need to do is to become aware that that power is with you, and you can tap into it anytime you want. You can use that power to form an image on your mind. See yourself already in possession of the amount of money you want to provide the things you need. See, sometimes just money alone is not going to get a person jazzed to do the work he needs to do this work because it sounds so like nobody's doing it. Why should I? It doesn't work. I don't think it works. But you will only be able to see how it all works looking backwards. So you want to use the power you have Tap into this power and create the image you want to see in your reality, and what amount of money you want. What are you doing with that money? How are you living to live in the lifestyle you choose to live? So that's what you need to do. Now, personal prosperity. You are using mental faculties that everyone has. They are exactly the same mental faculties used by Copernicus, Buddha, and Morse, whom we previously mentioned. You might have formed the habit of thinking that people like those just mentioned are different than you and I. But I want you to know the only difference between you and them or anyone else is only in appearance and accomplishments. We all live in different physical bodies and we all use our inherent mental faculties in a different way, but our basic structure is fundamentally the same. See, one thing we need to understand is every single human being has been designed, like let's say you're a machine, okay? It's it's been designed with the same, how do you say that, processor, let's put it like that, or the same mechanism that will help you to co-create with the infinite, to co-create the reality, the life, the world you want for yourself and your family. And if you understand that, there is no way you cannot create the life of your dreams. There's no way. All you have to do is form the habit of thinking like these people were thinking. That's it. It's all in your thoughts. All. That's the only difference there are between people. Otherwise, we look different, yes. Our bodies are different. There are no two people who look the same. Everything about our appearance is different. But the way we think, the way the mind works is exactly the same. Either you're using it in your favor or you're using it against you. That is the difference. Use it in your favor and you create a beautiful life. Use it against you and life doesn't go well. That's all the difference. I'm well aware there are many professors and other professional people who will tell you that what I have just said is a lot of nonsense. But disbelievers like these have always existed, and they are, in my opinion, little people. Now, Bob Proctor says that. I look at that a bit differently now because I feel that those people, those disbelievers, have to exist so that we can believe. There will be always two sides of the coin, right? So, for all of the truly great leaders and for all of the truly great leaders are in complete agreement with what I have just explained about your equality with great people of the past and present. Even Jesus tried to tell the world, as he was doing in his great work some 2,000 years ago, that you too were capable of doing what he was doing. In fact, he even went a step further in saying, even greater things are you capable of. Believe him, he spoke the truth. The little people will say that is not what he meant. But let me assure you, it is exactly what Jesus meant. If you can see it and believe it, you can do it. Now, here I want to tell you something. Bob says the little people. I don't like to put people down and say they're little. What I want to say here is that most people were not taught that you need to keep growing in life. You need to keep getting bigger and better at what you do. And that's when you will become really good. And there's a law, another law called the law of compensation that will give you what you want. But you have to first put out the energy of who you are. And who you are, tomorrow will be different, day after will be different. Because you keep growing in awareness of who you are. You're not the same person every day because every day people who grow are people who study. who study life, who study how the mind works. Because no matter where you are today, you can change. You can become better and better at what you do. Yeah, so I'm going to stop here today. That's where I stopped. I do this live in Creole also, so will stop always at the same point for both. I would like to request you if you can see a subscribe link to my channel, do subscribe, do like the videos. I'll get some feedback if it is helping you or not. Thank you so much for your attention, and I will see you on Thursday. I want to hear also from you if there is any feedback you want to give me, like if the live is working, or you would rather I read from a book, or how. Do let me know. Thank you so much. Bye bye.